Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Miguel. Miguel is from Venezuela, but he lives in Chicago in the USA. So let's see what Miguel has to say. Enjoy the interview. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hello Miguel, I'm very well. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you? Did it go good?
Yes, it's very warm in London today. It's very warm, very hot.
Yeah, same here in Chicago. It's it's probably the warmest it's been in a few years today.
Wow. We are melting, literally.
Same.
Okay, so how's your day been so far? I think it's early morning there.
No, I mean, it's almost 1 p.m.
Okay, so tell me, how has been your half day so far?
Good. I've been working from home today. But it's been good. It's been productive.
Amazing. As you mentioned, Miguel, that you are in Chicago. That's the place where you were born and being raised?
No, I was born in Caracas, Venezuela. Yeah, and then I moved to Chicago in July 2000, so many years ago.
Oh, wow. And why Chicago?
Honestly, I just had a random opportunity to come visit. And back then, I was a 22-year-old that I was just looking for adventure and opportunity. And I came to visit and I never left.
Oh, wow. And all your family are back in Caracas?
No, my sister lives here. My dad lives here. My mom used to live here. She passed, but the family in Miami, family in Spain. I do have some left in Venezuela, not in Caracas, but in Venezuela, yes.
In Venezuela.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Oh, so you have some family there, so you feel kind of cozy with your family around.
Yeah. I definitely do.
Miguel, tell me, what do you do for a living?
I'm a director of infrastructure, so I manage IT infrastructure for a financial firm.
Wow. So tell me a little bit about your job.
Well, I'm a head of IT for a big firm. I manage over 80 employees.
Wow.
Around the world, including hubs like Chicago, London, Bangalore, Singapore, South America. We have some employees in Brazil and Argentina, and then in New York as well.
Wow. So what do you like the most about your job?
I love just talking to people. I get to experience to talk to people from all over the world, listen to their needs, and also see them flourish in their careers. That's something I really enjoy.
Amazing. Okay, Miguel, so through the journey, I'm gonna explore a little bit more about your job, about your life, and about your point of views.
Okay. Perfect.
Are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life to share your point of views?
Yes, absolutely.
Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So this friends.
All right.
Full of random fun questions. I'm just gonna play a song now just for us to move a little bit before the first question. Okay?
Yep.
Let's do it. Okay, Miguel from Chicago. So before we start the game, through the journey, if there is a question that you don't want to talk about for some reason, you don't want to answer, always can change, okay? It's all very friendly.
Okay.
First question for you is, tough question. If you could do something illegal without getting caught, what would you do?
If I could do something illegal, well, I will probably say speed a lot over the speed limit. I just like to get places faster, so I'm always trying to test. I don't drive, I don't have a car, but when I do, I like to go fast. I get to the place that I need to go as fast as possible. So that would be my answer.
And how is the traffic in Chicago? It's kind of the city is well divided. It's easy to get in places. Or
it's terrible. It's there's a lot of traffic, but I take public transportation. Yeah, I don't have to drive much here. I take public transportation to work, the train, and back.
Amazing. All right. Next question. Let's do it. Okay, Miguel, next question for you is, what keeps you up at night?
What keeps me up at night? Well, I used to say work. I have a lot of things, but I tend to think a lot about the close people that I love. And sometimes, I'm always, am I doing the best I can to be, to be happy. And I think it's that I worry a lot about making sure that people around me are happy, and myself included, right? So that keeps me up at night sometimes. Also, insomnia, I do suffer from that. So that definitely keeps me up.
Saying that you are more of a day or a night person?
I'm more of a night person. I tend to be more awake at night. I'm very social. I like to go out, meet with friends. So we often do that.
And going to bed, what's the best time for you to go to bed, for you to feel, okay, I'm ready to sleep? And what's the best time to wake up, to go, okay, that's the best time for me to be awake?
Yeah, usually I try to go to bed by 11. Sometimes it's a little bit later than that, but try to be by 11. And then in the morning, depends if I'm going to, I'm going to, for example, work in the gym. I wake up at 5:30 so I can be out early so I can get a good workout before the gym, before work. If I'm not, then 7 a.m. it's good for work from home days where I just have to be at a meeting by 8. So 7 a.m. I still like my time for me to sit down, have coffee, be quiet, right? I don't like to roll out of bed directly into.
I see. Okay. Next question, Miguel, let's do it. Before the next question, since when you arrived in Chicago, what was the most difficult part for you to adjust yourself to the new place, the new country, maybe the language? What was the most challenging part at the time?
Well, I mean, I have to say the immigration system was really bad. If you want to immigrate legally in this country, it's a very long process. It took me 14 years to essentially become a citizen. And it was sometimes a very difficult, right? When I finished school, I had to beg people to keep me as a H1, as a worker. And then one time my company got bought, and then I had to, I almost lost my visa, and it was very stressful. So I would say the immigration system, when I first arrived, was the language. I didn't speak English very well. Actually, I could speak it, but I couldn't understand it if somebody was saying it to me, speaking to me. So that was a very challenging, especially in the first few months. But when you're hungry, you learn pretty fast.
And how is the Venezuelan community there? There's a lot of people from Venezuela in Chicago, or not?
I will say even over the last 4 years or so, I've noticed a lot more. But when I moved here, there was no Venezuelan restaurants, and I didn't know any other Venezuelans outside the people in the consulate. But I can see over the last few years, especially the last few years, now there's like 6 or so Venezuelan restaurants, and I've seen more and more things happening. So it's gotten better. I don't really go on those circles, but I've seen them. I've seen them more, and happy to have more food from home here.
And what's the most traditional foods in Venezuela?
So arepas are the most popular, the more well-known thing. It's a cornmeal, like round, and you stuff them with like cheese and ham or meats or whatever. And cachapas are also really good. They're corn-based with cheese and butter. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. They're delicious.
And do you like cooking?
I do, but I'm terrible at it. I know how to make arepas pretty well. I can also do a good plate of pasta probably, but I'm not a very big cook.
All right. Next question for you is, who has been the most influential person in your life and why?
I will have to say my mother, just because she she taught me that, you know, um, to pursue my passions. And she told me, well, as I was a kid, and I always remember this, uh, I don't care if you are going to be shining shoes on the street, but if that's what you want to do it. But try to be the best one. And I always remember that when she's, you know, and so I like to try a lot of things and do a lot of things. I used to drive her crazy because I will go skydiving, I will go bungee jumping, I will go to the caves, but because I wanted to try new things all the time. But yeah, she's been definitely the biggest influence in my life.
And when you think about her, Miguel, what's the best memory that comes to your mind?
From her, there was this period in high school where she was dating this guy that loved to surf. So my mom and I used to go surfing together when I was in high school, and it was just spending the day in the ocean on the tables, just talking, waiting for the wave, and I really enjoy those moments.
Wow, beautiful, beautiful. And saying that, what's the biggest similarity between who and her, and what's the biggest difference?
Biggest similarity, I think it's the personality. She tends to laugh a lot, be happy, dance. Those are all traits that I love, that I do, and anybody that knows me will say that. Difference is she didn't have a lot of patience for a lot of things, and I'm a very patient man, and I got that from my dad. My dad is extremely patient, so you know, and I think that's our biggest difference.
Well, I'm sure whatever she is right now, she is smiling now, listen to this for sure.
Yeah.
Next question, Miguel, let's do it. Right, next question for you is, if you could be a character in a movie, who that would be and why?
Okay, character in a movie. Okay, I'm gonna go a little off the wall here because it just makes me. I love. Have you seen the movie Spy?
It rings a bell, the name.
Okay, it's a movie that my dad wanted to go see, and I didn't want to go see it, and ended up being one of the funniest movies I've seen in a long time. So Spy is with Melissa McCarthy. She essentially accidentally gets into being a spy, and then she's going on these adventures and things like that. And she doesn't know what she's doing, and she's almost certainly close to death many times. But there was so much adventure and so such a funny situations. I will love to be her. Maybe not as dangerous, but I would love to be that character.
And it's an old movie, or it's being kind of
No, that movie's like not even 10 years old.
Oh, okay, I might have seen it. I love movies, and all the movies when they come out, I try to watch it.
Yeah, it's not a very popular movie, but it was a really funny movie.
Very good. Next question. Let's do it. There we go. I can see some dance moves from you. Next question for you is, what was your worst foot in mouth moment?
Oh, I've had a lot of those foot and mouth moments. Oh, okay. I was talking to this person about doing things outside the United States. And this person was from Toronto, Canada. And I told him that I haven't done this specific type of things outside the United States. And then he told me, wait, didn't I see you in Toronto doing this on my event? And I was like, you are right. I completely said that. And, you know, in the United States, there's a big thing, right? The United States are like, well, Canada's not really a different country, in which I hate that people say that. But that just reinforced that stereotype, and I hated it. I absolutely hated saying that, and I felt so embarrassed because I have forgotten about that. So I wouldn't say it's my worst, but it's the one that comes to mind right now, and it was very embarrassing for me.
Saying that, have you ever visited Canada?
Oh yeah, many times. Love Montreal, Toronto, Vancouver. Yeah, I'm actually going there next month for a week.
Amazing. Where?
Northern Ontario. One of my good friends here has a cabin in the woods, and
Wow.
we're going to go for a week. I can't wait to disconnect. It's a beautiful place. I've seen pictures.
Amazing. Ready for another one?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Miguel, before the next question, when you think about Caracas from Venezuela, what's the best memory that comes to your mind?
I mean, my friends, my group of friends, but also the mountain. There's a big mountain chain. Actually, that's where the Andes ends, that part of it. And it divides Caracas from the Caribbean. And it's there's this highway that goes on the bottom of it. And that highway is at 1,000 meters above sea level. So it's called, like, I forgot what it's called, but it essentially references that. And from that highway up, you can't build anything. It's a national park. So it's a really, really pretty big mountain. And you can go out camping and hiking. And we used to do that almost every weekend. Like, you don't need a gym because you would go hiking and camping on those mountains. And then if you get all the way to the top, you can see the Caribbean on the other side. And I used to do that very often. And I do miss that a lot.
Do you visit Caracas very often, Venezuela or not?
No, I have not been back since I've been here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, well, originally because there's been so many, immigration was really rough and I didn't want to risk it. So after 13, 14 years, I finally was able to be in a place where I can leave and come back. But at that point, my family asked me not to go because it was dangerous. So I didn't go.
All right. Next question for you is, what's the best compliment have you ever received?
Well, people tell me I'm too nice, but that I'm nice, but I'm too nice. It's hard to say. I will say the compliment, the best compliment I've gotten is when somebody tells me that I inspire them to do something.
Which way?
Either like by being more of themselves and being less reserved, because I'm out dancing and I'm out like having fun, and sometimes I don't care about what people say or the perception, and some people get inspired by that, saying I am shy, I care too much, etc. And I think that is one of the best compliments I can get, is that I can inspire someone to be themselves even more.
Amazing. Very good. Next one, Miguel, let's do it. Before the next question, I was checking your profile a little bit, and there was a phrase there that I'm going to read to you, and you just tell me a little bit about it. It says there's, live your life in a way you won't regret.
Yes.
Tell me the statements on your profile.
I like to try new things all the time. If something feels remotely interested, I never want to get to that old age and say, I wish I had done this or that. So that's what that means. If I feel that I want to do something, I will go do it. It doesn't matter if I'm afraid or I'm bad at it. I just want to do it. It's just, this is the only reason you're going to know or not. For example, I've been taking improv classes this year, which is not something I've always wanted to do, but it's something that I was curious about. And I'm really, really enjoying it. So, I'm hoping to graduate from it this year.
Which classes are?
We're Second City for improv comedy.
Oh, wow.
I've been doing that this year. That is something new in my life. I started in January, and I'm having a lot of fun doing it.
And so far, what's the most enjoyable part of it?
It almost forces you to be very silly for 3 hours a week. It puts you in a situation where you're allowed to be silly and funny and say whatever's in your mind and try to make people laugh, and then you laugh a lot for 3 hours. It is so great.
Amazing. Next question for you is, which question you wouldn't have an answer for?
A question I don't have an answer for. Well, I mean, how long am I gonna live?
Saying that, are you afraid of dying or something that doesn't bother you?
I used to. I used to be terrified of death. I used to be also terrified of dying alone, of like being home alone and something happening to me. I don't anymore. I feel that is something that we shouldn't be focused. That's something we all go through, and when it happens, it happens. So, which goes into my previous thing of live your life to the fullest, because you never know when it's ending. Over the years, I've lost friends and family suddenly, and I don't want to get to the point where that I want to make sure that whatever that day is, that I feel okay. If I'm conscious on the other side, whatever that is, that I'll go like, at least I had a good life.
Saying that, do you believe that there is life after death?
Yes. Yeah.
Why?
Of course. Because one, I feel that one that gives you a little bit more of drive. Like, if there was nothing to, whenever happens, and I'm not looking forward to that. But when it happens. But I also feel that thinking that my family and the loved ones that I've lost are on the other side makes me want to be an even better person in this life.
I strongly believe as well. I think that's, imagine, when you live a life, there's so many connections with people. There's so many situations that you think, my goodness, it's so powerful. And after, when you die, if it's finished like that, like what's the point? All these connections, interaction, this learning process, everything. What's the point? I think you come again to learn more, grow up. You know what I mean? Be a better person or get some more lessons in life.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Ready for another one?
Yes.
Let's do it. Okay, Miguel, next question for you is, what things do you consider to be the relationship deal breakers?
Not listening to each other, or preventing people from be themselves. Someone trying to change you or change them too much. There's compromise and there's forced change. So I think a good relationship should be people enabling each other to be their full happy selves. And so I think someone that prevents that, it will be a deal breaker.
Do you think that in Chicago, it's easy for, I believe you are gay, aren't you? It's okay to talk about you, yeah? Do you think being a gay guy in Chicago, it's easy to maintain a relationship or to have a relationship? Or it's kind of the same stigma that big cities have, like it's difficult because, there is sex everywhere, it's easy, temptations. What's your understanding on that?
I'm married. I've been with someone for almost 8 years.
Oh, wow.
And for us, it's been great. I see your point. I have friends that are single. I have friends that are single and they don't want to be. But also, I think it's just how you want to frame, your thing. I do see being in a bigger city, there's more availability for things. I think as long as you have a good communication, then with your partners, that you should be fine. I'm very happy with mine. I love him to death, we have a really good social circle of friends, and we continue to evolve. Obviously, you're never the same person. You grow and change over the years, and but I couldn't ask for a better partner in life.
Oh, is he from Venezuela as well?
No, he's from Kentucky.
Wow, amazing. So far, through those 8 beautiful years that you've been together, what's the most beautiful lesson you've learned from him?
From him is how genuine he is. How like loving and caring and giving. Yes, I've learned a lot from that, of how someone can love someone like that so unconditionally. And I just, I feel very lucky to have that.
He'll be very happy to see the interview and to know that. I can see his smile like I'm all the way up. Next one, let's do it. Miguel, next question for you is, what makes you really angry?
When people are really late, I'm not the most punctual person, but I try to be very much so. When people are really late, or when people are playing games, I like to think that I'm straightforward. Sometimes I'm not, but I'm working on that. But definitely that's my goal. But yeah, just don't be fake or late.
When you get angry, what's your reaction? What's your body language look like? Or do you have any kind of reaction straight away?
Very much so. My partner tells me that, especially. I shut down. I don't like to argue. I don't like to escalate. I don't yell at all. I shut down. I deal with my emotions, and then once I feel better, then I have the talk. I don't like to raise my voice or deal with it right now, because I've seen the consequences of people letting your emotions get the best of you. So I try to step away from the situation, have some time to cool off, and come back.
Miguel, since you've been living in the US, in your opinion so far, what's the biggest difference between American people and Venezuelan, if there is a lot, and what's the biggest difference between both cultures, in your opinion?
Well, here, I think people here are a little bit too much worried about money, compared to Venezuela, right? In Venezuela, people are more content with where they are, whether it's a lot or a little, and it's more about the personal relationships you have, and do the best that you can with the things that you have. In the US, I feel it's very money and property driven. So people, the more money, the more happiness, and in the culture kind of reflects that. On the other side, Venezuelans are very obsessed with beauty. At least I'm talking 20 years ago. I can't talk right now, but we pride ourselves for having the most Miss World and Miss Universes and things like that, and everybody just likes to look good. Whereas here it's a little bit more relaxed in that aspect.
I see. Very good. Next one, let's do it. Before the next one, I need to ask a question. As we both grew up around the same age, do you know a Brazilian entertainer called Xuxa?
Of course, Ilari Lari Lay.
Ilari Lari, yeah.
I used to watch the show when I was younger, of course.
So
who kid in Latin America didn't?
I'm a huge, massive fan. You have no idea how much I love her. And I know the time she was so big, in South America, and also in Spain, and even the US as well. She went for a short period.
Yeah.
Always when I have someone on the show from South America or Spain, I'm always tempted to ask, do you know Xuxa?
Yes, I grew up with her and her show. I used to watch it.
And I love when they have this reaction that you had. It just makes me really, really happy. Next question for you is, what's your idea of a perfect friendship?
Well, I have a few of those, actually. My personal idea of friendship is one that you feel that there's an equal balance of give and take, right? That we're there for fun, and it's easy to be someone's friend when everything's happy. But the true friendships come down when things are not so happy in either way. So someone that I know that can be there for me, as well as they know that I can be there for them, for whatever they need and that you have their best interest. They're not just trying to be popular or whatever. That the connection is really about who we are as a person, as people, and in that our best interest is to make sure that we are our best selves with each other, and then you can be super comfortable. So I'm lucky that I have a few people like that in my life.
Most of your best friends, they are gay or they're straight?
Most of them are gay. I do have a few good straight friends as well.
Being gay in Chicago, it's safe. The gay community are very supportive. Do you always felt safe being gay, or there's always something danger or more challenge?
No, Chicago is a very, very gay friendly city. There's lots of people here. I feel very safe, and I'm thankful for that, because I know a lot of places in the world are not safe to being gay, and I feel lucky that I am in one of the most friendliest places I've been, where I can be myself.
Saying that, did you always have the support of your family being gay? And if you can share with me the day when you came out, did something happen, or naturally, it's just things came naturally?
Yeah, no. So yes, my family has been 100% supportive since day one. They've been very, very nice. It's been beautiful. However, my mom found out as an accident. So I was being very new. I was dating this person, and this person was, showing me the fun sides. Let's go to the club. Let's go to this bar. Let's go. And I was disappearing a little bit on my family, just like having fun here and going to the club and going for a weekend beach getaway. And my mom, I've always been a very good student, very punctual, and then I started kind of missing some of that. And my mom thought I was doing drugs, which I wasn't. And then once she knew that I was out, she went through my stuff. She went through my drawers in my room, and she found a love letter from the person I was dating, very explicit about all the stuff that we were doing, that he wrote to me. And when I came back home, my mom was there and waiting for me with the letter in the hand going, "We need to talk about this."
Ouch.
Yeah. But we had a good cry, and after that she told me, "I love you no matter what. You're my son, and I love you." And our relationship was always really, really great.
Do you think she knew it before? She had a feeling? Because I strongly believe that parents, they always knew their child, especially our mom. I think gay guys, most of us, we are very connected with our mom. We have this connection with this female figure. Do you think she knew it somehow?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm looking at old photos and I'm like, of course you knew, look at this. Or, when I was younger, I didn't play with my little toy cars, but I played with my sister, and I made dresses for her dolls sometimes. So I get it. I was totally the stereotypical gay kid.
Amazing. Next one. Let's do it, Miguel. Before the next one, I'm going to come to Chicago for the very first time, and I'd like to go for a night out. Where would you take me?
Okay, so I want to say this generally because I don't know if you're gay or not, or if you want to discuss it. First of all, in any of my friends will tell you, I'm a big fan of Chicago. If I could make a good money just being an ambassador of Chicago, I would. Well, first of all, I will have to take you downtown. We will have to do the architectural boat cruise, which is one of my favorite things to do. And then once the night goes down, I would like to take you to a bar called Untitled, which is a speakeasy. So Chicago is big on speakeasies. It's one of my favorites.
What is speakeasies?
Speakeasy is back in the 1920s or late 19-teens here. There was a big movement to ban alcohol. So alcohol got banned in the United States. So speakeasies are those illegal bars that went underground during those years where people could get alcohol. And they were very popular, and they were very popular here. If if you heard of Al Capone, he was a gangster that was from Chicago. He essentially distributed alcohol to a lot of these places, and that's how he made his fortune. So they're very popular here. And those are bars that usually don't have doors, or they're in the basement, and you have to know where they are. And then sometimes you have to knock and get up. And they have a password. Nowadays they're gimmicks, but back then that was necessary. And you go down, and they're cool, and they have a show. They have good drinks and music and live shows, etc. So one of my favorite here is Untitled. It's a big bar. It's a big one. Usually speakeasies are smaller, but they have this really good burlesque circus shows on Thursdays that I love. And they have great drinks, and it's just a great fun place, and people dress like they're in the 20s. It's really fun. We'll go there. We could also take you to my local bars over here. I have a couple of bars walking distance that I love to go to. And then if you're into dancing, then we can go to all the places as well.
Amazing.
And, yeah.
I'm already looking forward to it. Next question is, do you have a unique ability that you think no one has or you never met before?
Oh God. I don't want to say that I have a unique ability, because that would be, so I don't think I have a unique ability. My ability is, the things that people always say is, it's like I am always trying new things, and I'm not afraid to try new things, and I go all in when I try new things. I did luge professionally a few years ago. I was part of the Venezuelan Olympic team. We didn't make it to the Olympics, but I practiced for 3 weeks. On that team. I went on caves that nobody has ever done before. I guess not being afraid of things, it's, even though I'm a little afraid, but I tend to do them. That will be something that a lot of people don't do. That should be, because life is fun.
Amazing. Absolutely. 3 questions left for you, Miguel.
All right.
Let's do it.
All right.
Next question is, what was your favorite thing to do as a kid?
Go to the park with my friends. I love when there was a time when I used to live near a park, and my mom would be like, go to the park, and then I'll go there with my friends and just spend the afternoon just like, playing with the dirt or on the bars or on the slide. I love doing that as a kid. We also make clubs, we go through the trees and whatever. It was fun. I did that with my cousins as well, and I loved it. And my sister.
Amazing. 2 questions left. Let's do it. Okay, Miguel, next question is, what do you like the most about yourself?
The most? Well, I like the life I built around me. I like to be happy, and I like to surround myself with things that make me happy. I am grateful that I have a job that allows me to do some flexibility in doing that. I'm grateful that I have a partner that allows me also to do that, and that likes the same. And I think what I like about myself the most is the bubble that I have around me. It's very nice. Very nice and fulfilling.
Ready for the last one?
Yeah.
Last question. Let's do it. Before the last question, through those 2 years that the world went upside down regarding the COVID crisis, for you personally, what's the biggest positive impacts that brought to your personal life, and what's the most negative one, if you can share?
due to the pandemic.
Yeah, what I've learned,
Okay.
like positive that's learned for that.
Okay. Positive impact. I strengthened some personal connections. So once we went through the lockdown, my husband and I were, in here like everyone else in the world, right? Just locked down with us, and one that got us a lot closer. Because before that, I was traveling a lot. I was never home. I was doing a lot of travel for work and other things, and we were always busy running. So this kind of put a break on all that. It was sudden, but then after the first lockdown ended, we decided to create a pod with 3 other people, and then the 5 of us, agreed that we will only hang out with each other until it was safe, and that created a bond that to this day is incredible, right? They were my family now. We did everything together, and to make it, we created this parties for ourselves, and then to make it different and fun, we will have theme parties, and we'll dress up, and we decorate the houses, and it's just the 5 of us, and we did that every weekend for a year and a half.
Wow.
And that absolutely was my favorite thing about it. It's the connections, and the memories that I will never forget from that time. My least favorite was, I created a lot of anxiety for me, just from I was used to always traveling and being out and social every weekend, and then that came to a sudden stop, which made me have sleeping problems, anxiety problems, where I couldn't stand still. I needed to take daily walks, just because I felt like suffocated. Because I went from doing all of that to nothing on a short period of time. So for me, that was something that took me a while to get over.
Wow. All right. Next question is, do you know anyone who is living their life to the fullest?
Yeah, I know a few people that do that. I try to do that myself. I feel that I do a pretty good job of that, but there's more to do. But I certainly have a few people in my circle of friends that do that as well, and it's very inspiring to see.
Amazing. Okay, not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game. Okay, I'm going to give away some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking. So, I hope you are enjoying the interview. Before we do the word association game, don't forget to give a like, don't forget to share this video, and also don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Just click on the button right there. Thank you so much and enjoy the word association game. Politics.
Party.
Life.
Happy.
Sex.
Fun.
Family.
Important.
Money.
Necessary.
Love.
Love?
Yeah.
You said love? Amazing.
Religion.
Burden.
Fear.
Burden as well.
Friendship.
Important.
Desire.
Drive.
Regret.
Unnecessary.
Success.
Nice.
Wish.
Wish.
Yep.
Action.
Happiness.
Goal.
One word for Caracas.
Love.
One word for Venezuela.
Nostalgic.
One word for Chicago.
Amazing.
And the last one now, USA. One word.
Hopeful.
That hopeful wasn't very convincing.
Well, I'm hoping versus I have hope. Yeah, I'm hoping for things. Yeah.
Amazing. Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your lovely husband for a coffee, and I'm going to ask him, what is the most beautiful thing about Miguel, and what's something that he still needs to work on, to improve on? What your husband would say?
What he would say about what's the most beautiful about things is probably how much love I can, I give him and try to give him every day. And I strive to do that to him every day. What I need to work on, probably communicate better. We've been working on that, but I think that's something that we would say, communication.
Okay, amazing. Let's pray now. Miguel in the magic box, and you can ask me a question. Okay, Miguel, but before you ask me a question, what is your favorite Spanish word?
My favorite Spanish word is, my favorite word in Spanish, I will say, cachapa, just because I love it. It makes me happy, and it's a delicious food. Okay. And it's technically in Spanish.
Right, you can ask me a question now.
What is your favorite memory of the last 3 years?
Wow, what a beautiful question. My favorite memories of the last 3 years. Wow. There's so many.
Mm-hmm. I know that you asked me that, like something similar.
Favorite of the last 3 years. Okay. Right. It's a memory that it's not long ago. It's being quite fresh, but I still miss it. I think that's why I still think about it, and it still warm my heart. Is spending last Christmas in Canada with my godson in Montreal. And it was snowy on Christmas Day. It was amazing just to have this family warmth spirit. And it was so beautiful to see him around. He made me go back to my childhood. And it was just amazing to be there. It's snowing, my first Christmas, white Christmas snowing. And it was beautiful to be there with my best friend, his girlfriend, his partner, and also my godson. So yeah, it's a refreshed one. It's very fresh, it's very new. But when I think about, my heart goes like dum, dum, dum. So
yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. Miguel, did you enjoy the experience?
Yes, very much so. Thank you for inviting me for this.
Thanks so much for taking the time. Thanks for being sweet and kind, and to be open about your memories, about your life, and about your point of views. But before you go, if you can share a positive message or a positive quote, something that you live by.
Yeah. So, I mean, it goes with the theme, right? The theme of this interview is, I know sometimes things look very difficult, and sometimes we can get bogged down in specifics or big picture things like the state of the country or, the state of society. But if you have a good base of happiness, positivity, and just strive to be better every day, then you can really affect change that way. And then if enough people do that, then we can move society and the country to a better place. That it's where everybody should care for each other more than and not just about yourself.
Amazing. Miguel, it was a pleasure. Regards to your husband, regards to your family, and you keep in touch. Okay, thanks for the interview. It was a pleasure. Okay.
Oh, thank you so much, William. All right.
Take care. Bye-bye. See you.
Bye-bye.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.